This is Alan Bush with ADMIS. In the stock index futures, seeing prices narrowly mixed. There was some support on news that the Republican leadership in the House of Representatives is likely to vote tomorrow on a bill that will extend the debt ceiling limit for another 4 months. Some pressure, though, coming into the market more recently. News that existing home sales came in weaker than expected, falling 1%. When a 1.2% increase had been expected. Seems to be a lot of bullish sentiment coming into this market. For example, the feeling as far as international investors is concerned is that this market is likely to work higher. We did have a poll showing that international investors are bullish on stock index futures now. In fact, the most bullish in 3.5 years. This also coming at a time where the VIX index of volatility is at a 5.5-year low. So there appears to be a lot of complacency on the part of longs as far as the possibility of any type of near-term correction in the stock index futures. With this much bullishness in the market, I think I'd be rather leery about being too long at these high levels. Over in the currency markets, seeing the euro currency a little bit lower, even though we did have an index of investor expectations coming in much stronger than expected. One reason for the pressure in the euro, though, is renewed concerns about the financial condition of German banks. The big mover overnight is the yen trading sharply higher. Of course, we did have the Bank of Japan having their two-day meeting ending today, though, as expected, the Bank of Japan had a much more accommodative policy, but it was not as accommodative as many analysts had expected. In fact, their open-ended asset purchase plan does not kick in until next year, and that was the surprise that took the yen sharply higher. So a much less accommodative plan supporting the yen. Our feeling is, though, however, that the Bank of Japan and Japan's new Prime Minister will attempt to take the yen lower for trade purposes. So any gains in the yen are likely selling opportunities. I would expect within the next week or so another assault on the 2.5-year lows for the yen against the US dollar. Over in the credit markets, seeing futures a bit lower. Some flight to quality longs being liquidated in light of plans by the Republicans in the House to extend the debt ceiling. We continue to believe that this bull market is about over, and any flight to quality gains that we do see are likely to be selling opportunities. Once again, these are my opinions alone and are not the opinions of ADMIS or Archer Daniels Midland.